Hey, Facebook family, this is your girl, Lotus Riche with Lotus Ignites Life Coaching and Consulting. Come on in, come on in. I'm happy to see you with me today. Thank you for joining us. Come on in, come on in. And when you do come in, go ahead and put down below, I'm here, or I am here, however you want to say it. But go ahead and put it down in the link below. And of course, I got some music playing in the background. And I don't know, maybe some of you might know this song. It happens to be the favorite song of my upcoming guest. Anybody want to guess what this song is? Hey there, Sean Barbie. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. Angela Elton, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. So while we're bringing people in, y'all come on in, come on in. Listen to this song right here. Anybody know the name of this song? Anybody know who wrote it? Now, remember, I do not own this song. I don't own the rights to this song, but I could not go forward without letting you hear my next guest's favorite song from Earth, Wind, and Fire called Reasons. So let's remember to support Earth, Wind, and Fire. And go ahead and come on in as we listen to a little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire while we're getting ready for our dynamic guest. He is just magnificent. He's an author. He's an empowerment coach. He's a speaker. And he is just an amazing person. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about him in a minute. But while we're here, come on in. Get in where you fit in. I always have a place for you around the table. So come on in, get in where you fit in, because we're about to get started and you're going to have a wonderful time this evening because we got a powerhouse speaker for you tonight. He's going to share with you, he's going to uplift you, and he's going to help you to be better today than you were yesterday so you can be better for every day in your future. So come on in. Good to see you, Angie. Thank you for putting that you are here. When you come in, go ahead and put that you're here. Put here, H-E-R-E, here, H-E-R-E. So come on in. You'll see us from time to time. We'll be putting some stuff down below for you. So get your notepad and get your paper, your notebook, your pen. Get all the supplies that you need to take some notes because this man is amazing. And make sure you get a little water because periodically we're going to be taking a sip. Water's so good. I just love it. We are going to be diving deep. We are going to be diving so deep tonight. You don't want to miss this. Janelle Harris. Wow, what a powerful lady. Powerful lady, Janelle Harris. Happy to have you. She's here from Tampa, Florida. And for those of you that have not put your location, please go ahead and put your location. Tell us a little bit about yourself. If you're an author, if you're a writer, if you're a supervisor, if you're a manager somewhere, if you're on a garbage truck, I don't care where you're from. I am happy to have you because we are networking and I am helping you in every nation to ignite and take flight. Because we are bringing inspiration to the nation by every connection that we make. So come on in, and put down where you're from. Hey, Sean Barbie, tell us where you're from. Angela, tell us where you're from. I see you here. And thanks, Janelle, for sharing with us where you're from. I greatly appreciate that. Tampa, Florida in the house. I think we have New Jersey in the house. And I think we also have Washington, D.C. in the house, if I'm not mistaken. See, I was right. Washington, D.C. Is here with us this evening. So with no further ado, I'm going to bring before you our amazing guest. If you just seem to be having some problems, if you seem that you just can't find your niche or you can't find the motivation, this is the show that you want to stick around for. This is the show that you want to use your pen and your paper for. This is the show that you want to take down numbers and websites and all that. This is the show that you want to make sure you get in where you fit in because I always have room around the table for you. And with nothing else to do but tell you this dynamic person. He is none other than Mr. Unstoppable himself, Mr. Terrence Lethbridge. Hey there, Terrence.
Hey, 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 it is an unstoppable day, Lotus. How you doing today?
I am doing wonderful, and you know that I am unstoppable because I'm sitting right here with the man with the plan to help us all be unstoppable and live our best lives. So thank you for joining me tonight. And those of you that's just joining, come on in, come on in. You don't want to
Yes.
miss this interview with Mr. Terrence Lethbridge. So Terrence, how was your week?
Oh, my week has been just all over the place. But, I was telling you off air that I am the unstoppable coach, and each and every day something happens to test that theory. When we talk about being unstoppable, we talk about the ability to not be stopped. And
Yes.
what life says, well, if you are not going to be stopped, well, let me throw something your way. Let me test you on that one.
Yes.
And so today it was testing me. I'm in the process
Mhm.
of relocating from
Right.
Chi-town, my town, down to sunny Florida. And so I'm in the process of trying to sell the house at the same time. So I'm
Oh, okay.
sitting here all in my lonesome in my old house,
Yes.
getting things together so I can move to my new house. So
Right,
it's,
right.
it's a little bit challenging, but I always take the opportunity to get in front of people and tell my unstoppable story. So thank you for
Oh, that's
sharing
awesome.
your phenomenal platform with me so that I hopefully can ignite your audience so that they can take this new year, this new decade, and light a fire under themselves so that
Amen.
they can be
Yes.
unstoppable too.
Yes, that is so correct. So I want to say to you that a lot of people oftentimes don't understand what being unstoppable is.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that when you came along and you started talking about what unstoppable is, you didn't only just talk about it, but you proved it because you're an author, aren't you? You're an author
Yes.
of a couple of books, aren't you?
Yes, I'm an author of 4 books. I am a motivational speaker. I am a publisher. I have helped 11 people become first time authors since 2014. And so, I'm not just, there was this old commercial that said, I'm not just the president, I am a client, So,
Yes, sir.
the whole Unstoppable brand came out of this conversation. Well, Lotus, let me be transparent. It came out of an argument that I
Yes.
had with God one night because I had just lost my good government job
Mm-hmm.
and I was married. I'm still married, been married going on 18 years this year.
So,
Yes, 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 yes. And we were living the American dream.
mhm.
I'd been working at the job for 10 years. I was hoping that was going to be my gold watch. It helped me get my great house that I'm in right now. And it also helped me get my dream car. And then it was just all taken away when I lost that job. And I was
Yes.
angry. And
Yes.
I stood out in my backyard and I said to God, God, you know what? You put me here. So you got to change my
Mhm.
situation. You've got to change my situation so that it is 180 degrees different from where I am right now because I don't like it. And Lotus, God gave me one word. And you want to know what that word was?
What was that?
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable, Mr. Unstoppable himself. And I tell you, I what you said about you being there in Chicago in your home there, and then I know you have another home. Where is that? In Atlanta or something
In
like
Florida.
that? In Florida. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm saying that because you are showing a level of wealth and prosperity. And even though you lost your job, you didn't fall down and say, woe is me, I'm not going to be prosperous anymore. I'm still going to keep going. And God gave you that word that you were unstoppable. So that's magnificent to hear because we have a lot of people that's coming on with us that have hit the same wall, if you will. I've even hit that wall. I was an engineer for Kodak, and when they
Hmm.
sold off the clinical market several years ago, we're not going to say how long ago because
Because you're still 21. That's what.
see, that's why I love him. He's so unstoppable. But when they sold off the clinical market to Johnson and Johnson, and then Johnson and Johnson found out that they were in the red versus in the black, they started doing some things and getting rid of a lot of people. And guess what? My job went away. And that's not the last time I saw it. I saw it. I was over security for a data center, and
Mhm.
the job went away because they had some budgeting crisis. But
Absolutely.
nonetheless, I didn't fall down and die. I had to keep that burning desire inside of me going. So I decided to ignite and take flight. And now I'm with Mr. Unstoppable himself. So God, dog, we just cannot be stopped, and we continue to ignite and take flight. And that's what many of our guests have to do. And tonight, I know we're going to talk about that a little bit and share a little bit about that. And we're also going to share your books so they can get those books, because I know that you wrote a book and it's called You Are Unstoppable, 11 Key Attributes Necessary to Becoming Unstoppable at Whatever You Do.
Absolutely.
So can you tell us a little bit about that book?
So that book came out of the conversation, and I love it. I love the fact that your show is Ignite, because we're gonna ignite some fires here in this new decade. I want people to recognize that this is not just a new year. I was talking to somebody back in December, and they was like, "Hey, Happy New Year!" But do you know that we're going into a brand new decade? And it caught me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when I lost my good government job. It caught me off guard. And I could have decided to have a pity party like most people would, and nobody would blame them. But I had to have the conversation with the source. I couldn't talk to anybody who couldn't change my situation. I had to talk to somebody who I knew could change my situation. And when he gave me that one word, he also gave me an assignment. And that assignment I'm going to give to you guys right now. Especially, we're in January now. Some of you guys have already done vision boards. Some of you guys have already done resolutions, and we are about to be on the 20th day of January, and you probably hadn't looked at your vision board since you did it, and you've probably broken some of the resolutions that you already said you were going to do. But there's hope, because this assignment is going to make a difference. I started writing in a journal. That's all I did. And I started writing down everything I was feeling from that point on, from the moment I had that conversation with him. And some of the things I started talking to myself about and writing about is, well, if I'm going to be unstoppable, what does that mean? What kind of attributes does an unstoppable person have?
Yes.
And as I started writing, I just started making a list. And if you get the book, and you can get the book at unstablecoaching.com/store, we'll be putting that up a couple of times during the conversation. Each one of the 11 attributes that I talk about resonates with one of the letters in the word unstoppable. So if you talk about the U, the first letter stands for unwilling to quit, unwilling to fail. And a lot of people, they confuse failing with failure.
Right.
Just because you failed at something doesn't mean that you are a failure of everything. And truth be told, in order for you to actually appreciate, expect, and have success, any level of success, you first got to be willing to have some failures, because that's where we learn. We learn from our failures. And because of that, that's what makes you unstoppable. If you know that you are able and willing to go through the failing parts of your life, then you're going to enjoy the success part of your life. But you've got to first have that attribute. And each one of the other letters talks about another attribute that you need to have in order to be unstoppable in whatever it is you do. And let me make this point clear too, because I've gotten this question before. Well, your definition of being unstoppable, your definition of success. Well, it depends on what your definition is, Lotus, or it depends on what your definition is, Janelle, or it depends on what your definition is for the people who are watching the watch party on my page, Johnny Rock or Lewis Jackson. Each one of us has a different definition of what it means to be unstoppable and what level of success we want to have in our life. The important thing is that each one of us needs to have a definition of what it means to be unstoppable and what level of success we want to achieve in our life. Because as we said earlier, where your focus goes, your energy flows.
Yes. And one quick thing I want to say really quick. We've got Sean Barbie from Patterson, New Jersey. We've got Angela Elting from DC. We've got Janelle out of Florida, actually. She's from Tampa. Hey, Janelle. And we've got a couple of responses. So I want to say this to you. We've got several wows. Okay. And if you like what you're hearing, everybody on the broadcast, if you like what you're hearing, go ahead and type wow down below.
Yes.
Wow, because so many people don't know how to be unstoppable. But I got Mr. Unstoppable here tonight, and we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of how to be unstoppable. He's already opening that can, right? So type wow down there if you like what he's saying so far. And Janelle Harris said, people don't realize that you can ask God questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, people can ask God questions.
And see, people don't realize that God doesn't want this one down relationship. God wants a relationship that goes up and down. It's not that he just pours into you and you give no feedback back. He wants you to question him. He says in the greatest book ever written, the Bible, take him at his word. That means let him prove his word. And in order for him to prove his word, you got to test him. If there's no test, there's no testimony. And many of the people who have testimonies today is because they have tested God at what he said he would do. And so, I don't have a problem with being angry with God, because in any relationship, you're going to love the person. You're going to hate the person. You're going to want to talk to the person. You don't want to be around the person, but that's part of the relationship. And as the relationship gets stronger, we should be comfortable in questioning God. We should be comfortable in getting angry with God. We should be comfortable in saying whatever it is we want and desire from God.
I concur. And another thing that I noticed that Janelle said is that, yes, we create our future. And this is the thing that a lot of us fail to realize, is that we have not because we ask not. And in order for us to know that we can get what we want and do what we want, we got to ask our higher source, hey, God, what's going on?
Yeah,
this is what I'm trying to do, and this is what I need you to help me with. And we create our future because we have to speak it. When we speak life, because the Bible even says the power of life and death is in the tongue.
Absolutely.
So if we speak it into existence, we can manifest it. So thanks, Janelle, for saying that. Go ahead.
Let me tweak it a little bit. Here's what I find with the people I coach. It's not that they have the wrong answers.
Yes.
It's that they don't ask the right questions.
And they don't go boldly.
Yeah. And God created you for a specific purpose. But many of us are trying to live our life for the things that we want and desire, not for the things that we were created for. And that's where we get stuck. That's where things don't go right, because you may be trying to go this way, and God's plan for you has you going this way. Now, he will allow you to continue to go that way until you get to that fork in the road where you can't go any further. And then the only place you can go is back to where his plan is. And that's what we talk about a little bit with Unstoppable Coaching. We talk about not you living the life you want to live, not even you living the life you desire to live, but we hold you accountable to living the life you were created to live. Because I know, Lotus, that if you are walking in your purpose, the purpose that you were created, that purpose that was embedded in you deep down inside, even before you were born, if you tap into that and you start walking in that purpose, then everything is going to work out. I didn't say everything was going to go right. I said everything will work out.
Exactly, because we're really literally speaking it into existence. And thank you, Janelle, for also conveying that as well. And Janelle also said that, she said, come on, people are literally disconnected from the divine connection. And we have to connect with the divine connection in order to get the proper vibration. And that's so true. You know, a lot of people are broke. And they don't understand why they're broke. And they're broke because they're not speaking abundance. The vibration that they're sending out is not a vibration of abundance. I had brunch this afternoon with some wonderful folks from out of town. And we talked about frequency and we talked about vibration. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand how
Yes.
frequency and vibration works. So can you share a little bit with us of what you know about how frequency and vibration works when you ask?
When I think of frequency and vibration, I think of the law of attraction. What you
Yes.
put out comes back to you. I hate, and I hate is a strong word, but I hate being around negative people because
Yes.
that negativity just permeates the room. Have you ever been in a room and a negative person walks into the room, how they can just zap all the air out of the room just like that? And
Yes.
everybody's, oh, I don't like that. And when you think about the vibration, when you think
Mhm.
about the frequency and the vibration hits you from that other
Yes.
person and before it bounces back to them.
Yes.
So they may not even have made it into the room, but their frequency and their
Right.
vibe has
Exactly.
already entered the room.
Right.
And by the time your eyes actually see them, the room has already been changed.
Yes, and that is their energy. Their
Mhm.
energy has changed the environment, and for all of our positive folks that know this, and I believe that everybody on here is positive. Go ahead and type down there positive. Go ahead and
Positive.
type down there positive. You know why? Because what you put out, you bring back. So I want some positive energy to come
Absolutely.
back to you, to come back to your family, to come back to your business that you started, to come in the circles that you're in. So people who are not as positive, it could trickle down to them
Yes.
and they can get that positivity. I got a client, Terrence, overseas. And I talked to her and I was coaching her the other day and I started doing this to her. And this is our thing that we do
Mhm.
at Lotus Riche Ignites. This is dropping positive energy.
Absolutely.
So when somebody come up to you, just remember I told you, drop that positive energy. She had her 3-year-old daughter come on last night. And before we got off the conversation, the 3-year-old daughter, guess what she was doing?
Dropping it.
She was dropping that
Okay.
energy. Drop that positive energy. So go ahead, those of you that's with us, go ahead, put down there positive energy or positive. Okay. So
I
put
love it.
that down there. So
Uh,
let's talk about this other book because I know you got another book that you have out. And what I want to do is first, before we move forward, folks, I want to share this with you so that you can see it. I want to give you some time to write it down. Please write that book down. Those are the 11 key attributes
Attributes.
that are necessary to becoming unstoppable at whatever you do, whatever you want to be. In that book, you will find the attributes to do it. And here's where you can go get it. Go to https www.amazon.com. You are unstoppable. Attributes, unstoppable. And there's everything you need to know. They're the keywords. You cannot go wrong if you know where you're going and how to get there.
Absolutely. And let's be clear, when we talk about attributes, some of those attributes, when you read it, and this is a working book. This is not
Yes.
just a book where you read and you put it down. We intentionally put space at the end of each chapter. So when you looked at that attribute of unwilling to fail or seeking counsel or tenacity or
Yes.
patience pays off. When you look at each one of those, you can go to the end of the chapter and you can say, is that a skill I already have? Or is
Yes.
that something that I need to work on? Because we want you to not just get this knowledge, we want you to apply this knowledge.
Yes.
Because here's the one
Exactly.
thing I know, applied knowledge is power, not just
Yes.
knowledge.
Exactly. And I think oftentimes people don't really understand that you can apply the knowledge that you have and really, really begin to do some amazing things.
Yes.
But you have to jump into it. And I teach a training to people that I coach, and I talk to them about the difference between kinetic positivity and power and
Mm-hmm.
knowledge
Mm-hmm.
versus potential,
Yes.
because they're two separate things. And you can have all the potential, power, and knowledge and creativity that you want. But until you get up off your backside
Uh-huh.
and ignite and take flight and move into action and become more unstoppable, it's all potential.
Yeah, and
So you got to get kinetic.
let me break it down to you. When we talk about knowledge, everybody has knowledge. We're constantly learning. We're constantly getting information. But when you look at the word knowledge, the word knowledge is actually two words. It's the know, and then it's the ledge.
Yes.
And the thing between you being going from what you know to applying what you know is all right there on the ledge. And that's where people get stopped. They learn a lot of things. They take in a lot of stuff. But when it comes time to taking action about it, they're standing on the ledge.
Yes, they are.
There's
Yes,
my
they are.
success over
Yes, they
there.
are.
It's down there. Oh,
Yes,
I
they
see
are.
it over there. But they're afraid to put the two words together. And the only way that the know and the ledge are going to come together to make applied knowledge is what? You got to jump.
Yeah. There you go. You got to jump. And you got to speak a word over yourself. Speak that into existence, because that gives you that extra added power to go ahead and ignite and take flight and move into your greatness and be unstoppable.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about your other book. Okay. And
Mhm.
and we what we're gonna do, folks, while we got you here, I'm gonna put this book back up for those of you that's just coming on. Come on in, come on in. Come on in. We're happy to have you. I'm here tonight with Mr. Unstoppable himself, Terrence Lethbridge. Okay. And we are giving you some key attributes that are necessary for you to be unstoppable. And Terrence and I are getting ready to take a sip. I know I got some water, and I think Terrence got some tea. So
Yeah,
why
I got my libation.
there you go. There you go. So why we, most people don't say libation. I say it and people be looking at me like what? So
You know.
while we're taking a sip, I want you to look at the information before you, and then I'm going to ease on down, and I'm going to put the website that you can go to. And the website is right there. Go ahead and write that down. Love that. So you can go ahead and get that book. Now, Terrence, I know that you also wrote another book.
Yeah.
And I think the name of the book is called Live Your Best Life. Yeah, Live Your Best Life. You only get one. And I think you co-authored that with a few folks. I think I know that you did it with Dr. Ruben West.
Yes, the phenomenal Dr. Ruben
Yes,
West, my speaker coach of the BBS Black Belt Speaker Family, Black Belt Speaker Global. It's one of his book series. It's called the Live Your Best Life series. And this book was, the subtitle of this book is You Only Get One. And I just had to be part of that book because it really spoke to my situation. It spoke to the fact that we take for granted about this thing called life.
Yes.
We go through life existing instead of living. And Lotus, I was reminded once again just how quickly life can be taken away from you. I just attended one of my best friend's funeral of his family. He lost 3 family members in one accident. 3 family members in one accident. And to make it worse, it was the second day of the new decade.
Wow.
Now,
This decade.
This decade. And there's a lot of people that came over from 2019 into 2020 with all types of vigor, with all types of hope. This is going to be my decade to get it right. I got all the time in the world. And the reality is we not know the time, the day, the hour, or the minute. So with the fact that we only get this one life, we got to do like one of your past guests, Jeff Markinet Jr. says, we've got to make every second count.
That's right. And Jeff Markinet Jr. and Dr. West are actually speaking today in North Carolina.
Yes.
So I know it's explosive. They've got Les Brown on the card and so many other phenomenal speakers there. And so for all of you that's on, I want to give a special shout out to Jeff Markinet Jr., Dr. West, and of course the remarkable Les Brown. And if you can, go ahead and stop by and support them and check out their pages as well.
Phenomenal event, phenomenal. Congratulations to Jeff and all the speakers on that path. And
Yes.
he really drove the point home with that statement, and then with this statement, which is the subtitle of the book, "You Only Get One." You know,
Yes.
this is not like in the kitchen where if you mess up the recipe,
Yes.
you can just start all over again. You
Mhm.
only get one chance.
That's right.
And I looked at the book and I had to talk about my defining moment.
Mm.
And Lotus, we all have defining moments. If we're
Yes, we
lucky
do.
enough, we get quite a few defining moments. And in those defining moments, that's where you have the opportunity to make an unstoppable decision.
Yes. Yes.
But many times we don't take advantage of that defining moment. And my defining moment, I just talked to you about it earlier in this broadcast, was when I lost my job and I had to
Yes.
have that conversation with God because my relationship wasn't that strong.
Right.
And many of us, we don't look to strengthen our relationship with God until we go through something tragic.
Yes.
When everything is going good or when everything's going excellent, we pop our collar, we think we pulled ourselves up by our own
Yep.
bootstraps, but let something go wrong. And then all of a sudden you are atheist and you saying, "Oh my God." You know what I'm saying?
You're telling the truth. You
But
are telling the truth.
yes, but in that defining moment, in that conversation
Yes.
with God, I was able to make an unstoppable decision. You see, because I knew in the back of my mind that even though the job let me go,
Yes.
I had let the job go years
Long time ago.
prior
Yes,
because
that's
I
right.
was always having a vision of doing what I'm doing right now.
Right.
You know, I was existing with that job, but I was looking forward to doing what I would do.
Right.
But the fear stopped me.
Right. And this is why you should be unstoppable.
Absolutely.
And so I would challenge those of you that are on with us and those of you that even are going to see this in the replay. Ask yourself, why should you be unstoppable? And those of you that's on right now, and those of you that's coming in, come on in, come on in,
Come on in.
get in, because I always got room around the table for you.
Yes.
Go ahead and type down below unstoppable. Because if you have not been unstoppable yet, you can make today the first day of the rest of your unstoppable life. But
Lotus,
you got to make a decision.
Lotus, I'm sorry. Hold up. Wait a minute. We got to change that spelling of that word. See,
Okay.
the way you spell
That's
the word
right.
unstoppable is the way the mainstream spells it.
That's correct.
But we got to let people know that we're not talking about the unstoppable USTOPPABLE that keeps people stuck and stopped. We got to give them a new spelling. So if you ready, I'm going to spell
ready.
this word for you guys. It is capital U N, capital STOP, capital ABLE. And that stands for unstoppable, which is actually
All right.
3 words in one. As she's typing that in the feed,
Let's see if we got this right.
Take one of the P's out.
Take one of the P's out. Okay. See, this is what I love when we are able to come together and do something for folks, and we're not afraid to learn from each other. And
Absolutely.
that is what makes us unstoppable.
And we got one more thing, the ABLE, ABLE, those are all capital letters.
All right. All right.
And I'm
gonna
break it down to you why that's like that. Because in my word, unstoppable, we don't focus on what's stopping you. We focus on what you're able to do. There are 3 words in the word unstoppable. Let me break it down. The un stands for not.
Mm-hmm.
The able stands for what you are able to do. And when you put those 3 words together, not, able, and stop, the definition means unstoppable is that you are not able to be stopped. And when you focus on more of what you're able to do and less of what's stopping you from doing it, then you are focusing in the right place. And like we've said 3 times now, where your focus goes, your energy flows.
That's right.
I want you to stop focusing on the things that's stopping you, but I want you to start focusing on the things you're able to do. And that is what's going to make you unstoppable.
And so those of you that's coming in, come on in. Come on in.
This is good
those
stuff.
Of you that's here, put down in the comment able. Just put able. So where you thought that, you weren't, just put down able, because now all the things that you thought that you were not able to do, that you were unable to do, today Terrence is letting us know you are able, because you are unstoppable. And you are able to do whatever you choose to do. You just got to make a decision and move into action.
Yes.
That's very powerful. That's very powerful. How did you even come up with that? That's magnificent.
Here's the other thing. Because he is unstoppable. And I and you and everybody else on this call is a child of him, then by default, that makes us unstoppable too. We just got to tap into it. We've got to tap that energy, tap that vibration, tap into that frequency. You know, a lot of us are on the wrong radio frequency. We are on the stop 101 frequency when we need to be on the able 205 frequency. When you tap into what you're able to do, then you'll find that you can do far more things than the things that limit you.
Yes, I concur with that. And it's unequivocal that we can be unstoppable. Be unstoppable? Is it a question? No, it's not. Because the fact of the matter is that you have the ability to be unstoppable. You just got, like what he said, you got to do it. You got to move into action. You can't let, because you lost your job or you lost your house or you lost your family or what have you. You can't let that stop you, because it's unequivocal.
Absolutely.
You are a part of God.
Yeah.
Unstoppable. So I know that you have a store too, with merch on it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that. About your store, because I want to invite everyone to be sure to go to his store and grab some items. Okay.
Absolutely.
So let me see if I can go ahead and share that with you. Yeah, you see that right there?
Yes, that's the unstoppablecoaching.com/store. We have unstoppable t-shirts, we have unstoppable wristbands, and of course we have our book selections. Every one of the books that I have authored or books that I have helped people co-author, you can get at the unstoppablecoaching.com/store. And I'm just going to focus on one item real quick. I wear it all the time, and I don't know if you can see this. I'll put it up to the camera. And it's my unstoppable wristband. That was the very first item that I ever mass produced. And it just simply says, I am unstoppable. But watch this action. Watch this. You're having a bad day. You're struggling. You're at your low point. Your frequency is off. Your vibration is just stagnant. When you look down at your wrist and you read the words, I am unstoppable, it's not saying you are unstoppable. It's saying I am unstoppable. And what happened in that action? You just encouraged yourself.
Yes. That's awesome. That's phenomenal. So where can we get the wristband from? Is it in there? Can we find it?
It's at the store, unstoppablecoaching.com/store. Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that everyone has that information, because we want to make sure that you can get this information. And the reason being is because, like you said, when you're having those tough days and you might be at work and you don't want nobody to know that you really having a rough day. And you can't just yell out and say, hey, I'm having a rough day.
No.
People thinking that you're crazy. I mean, some of them might think you're crazy anyway, but who cares? The fact of the matter is that you need to reinforce that you are unstoppable. Yeah. And so what I'd like you to do, if you would, the information is there. Go to that location. Go shopping. Take yourself shopping, because guess what? You deserve it. And what I love, Terrence, that you've taken the opportunity to do is that you have apparel for men and women.
Absolutely.
So go ahead and get you some apparel. He's got some V-necks there. He's got some, do we call it crew necks there? He's got them in gray and black, and look like they're very comfortable. He's got
Got the tank tops for
Tank
those
tops.
people who want to work out because you want to have an unstoppable workout too. We want you to work your mind, your body, and your spirit. And so in every aspect of your life, we want you to be unstoppable. So we want to give you the tools that are necessary to motivate you. You know, when I gave the pink t-shirt, the pink tank top
Yes.
to a couple of people, that was part of breast cancer awareness. Oh,
Awesome.
it went like gangbusters because they're in the battle. They
Yes,
are
they
in
are.
the battle for their life. And
Yes,
that
they are.
t-shirt speaks to, you know what, despite this battle, I'm still unstoppable. Now, you may not be in the cancer battle, you might be in another battle. But
Mhm.
when you wear the armor,
Mhm.
the
Yes,
armor that
yes,
says, I
yes.
am unstoppable, you are telling the world, you are making a declaration to the world
Exactly.
that I am unstoppable from
Unstoppable.
hell or high water.
That's right. And you know, the thing too about all of that is that the fact of the matter is that you become what you think about and what you
Yes,
speak about. So if you speak it and you think it, you can move it into action. You can
absolutely.
become it. So why not? Why not tell yourself every day that you're unstoppable? Why not wear something that helps you be, know, and
Yes.
do unstoppable things? Because you can ignite the unstoppable you.
Yes, you can. And when
Right?
you light that fire, then the flame just continues to grow. And then you have that unstoppable feeling inside of you and on you. And that just keeps fanning the flame of
Yes.
success.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we are nearing the close of our show. And I really wanted to say thank you to everyone, to Janelle and Larry and Angie and just everyone here. Emma, hey, Emma, all the way from Japan. Good to see
Hey,
you.
Emma.
Good to see you. Thank you so much. We got Larry out of North Carolina. Thank you so much for coming to join us. And I just want to say to all of you, um, that Janelle made a huge point about when we were talking about how we can kind of ignite ourselves and how we want to be unstoppable. She said, yes, that's why I say tune in, because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know how to be unstoppable until you tap into yourself. You got
Yeah,
to tap into yourself and you got to know without a shadow of a doubt that you are able. You're able and you can
absolutely.
do whatever you want to do. And Janelle said she loves it. And we love you too, Janelle. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And this is something that she also shared. She said, create your vision in order to manifest your creativity, which becomes your reality.
That's some powerful stuff. Yes, absolutely. And I tell people the equation for success, especially now when we're talking about our dreams and we're talking about our visions, is that there's always that third component called action.
Yes.
And here's one thing I know, that a vision without action
Yes.
will always remain a dream. So if you want to keep dreaming and not have your vision, then don't do any action. But if you want your vision to become a reality, then the formula says that you've got to take that vision, put some action behind it,
Yes.
watch it become a reality.
Yes, yes, that's the truth. That is the truth. So tonight, I want to thank everybody that joined us, and even those of you that may still be coming in. Still, come on in, come on in,
Yes,
get in where you fit in, because I always have room for you around the table, especially for tonight's show. When we
yes,
have Mr. Unstoppable himself, Mr. Terrence Leffridge. He's the author of a few different books, but
several.
yeah, so, but the main ones I want to share with you tonight is this one. Get your book. Go ahead and get your book. It is the You Are Unstoppable 11 Key Attributes Necessary to Becoming Unstoppable at Whatever You Want to Do. And hopefully I can have Terrence come back and share
Absolutely.
maybe 5 of those key attributes with you. Now, we're not going to give you all the 11. Now, if
Right.
you want the
You
11,
got to get the book.
yeah, get the book, okay? And I'm gonna leave the information for the book so you can get it. But we'll come back and give you 5 key attributes. And then once we give them to you, we want to come back again and we want to know which ones you've implemented and
Yes.
how have they changed your life, okay? And then don't forget that he has another book, Live Your Best Life. You only get one. And it's a co-authored book with the renowned Dr. Ruben M. West, with a myriad of other phenomenal authors. Their names are down below. You may recognize some of them. Okay. You may recognize some of them. Please go ahead and support. You can get that book on Amazon, and you can also go to his store. Go to his store and support him. Okay. Go and get your books, get your t-shirt,
Apparel.
get your apparel. And I'm trying to go to the books.
Okay.
I want to bring the books back up because I want you to see them. These are books that he has that we didn't actually have the opportunity to put up,
Yes.
but that's why I'm going to his store, because we want you to be unstoppable, moving from past to purpose. You got to move into your purpose. And the only way to do it is to understand how to be unstoppable and how to live your best life, because you only get one. And then you got to know what we're doing right now. You got to know how to do the power of collaboration.
Absolutely.
A new vision for victory. And then what about being thoroughly immersed in you? Getting to know you so you can live your best life. You can have the power of collaboration. You can come on my show and talk to me about what's going on and how you're trying to help people be unstoppable and be the best you that you can be. But you got to first ignite and take flight so you can be unstoppable. So make sure, please, go to his site, support him. And he has his own show as well. And I'm so happy that he's here on my show. So can you tell us a little bit about your show before you go?
Sure. My show is called The Unstoppable Story Show, where we talk to ordinary people with unstoppable stories. It's a platform that I freely share with other people, because I know in this thing called media that is very expensive for you to get your message out to the masses. So we open up this platform at a low cost opportunity for you to come on and share your story, whether it's an unstoppable story, whether you've created a book off of that a story, whether you've created a cause off of that story. This is the platform where you can come and share that story, get some media exposure, and then we use our platform and our social media to spread that message out to the masses for you. It's called The Unstoppable Story Show because I believe each and every one of us has an unstoppable story, and it's my job to help you tap into it, get it out your head, and get it out to the masses, because that's where the message is needed.
Thank you so much. So Terrence, Angela wanted to say that she loved that title, and that she says, I'm living my best life now. And
congratulations. Yes.
She also wanted to say thank you for your wisdom. And then we have Mrs. Lena Taylor.
Hey, Lena.
Baltimore, Maryland.
So
thank you for joining us from BMO.
Yes.
That's right. BMO Unstoppable. Why? Because you're able.
Yes.
So I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. And don't forget, we're going to be coming back live to give you guys at least 5 ways that you can pretty much help yourself and understand how you can be unstoppable. We're going to give you the 5 key attributes necessary to becoming unstoppable. So please make sure you like, you share, you start just a movement of being unstoppable. And most importantly, start a watch party.
Yes.
Start a watch party. Go to our Facebook. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we're about to move forward and to continue being unstoppable. And so what we're going to do is leave off with this amazing song. Now, some of you may not know this, but this song right here is Terrence's favorite song. That's right. So,
and it's one of the reasons why you are here on the Igniting Show with Lotus Riche.
Thank you so much, Terrence. We appreciate you. And remember, folks, always do your very best to be unstoppable and have that burning desire inside to ignite and take flight, because we are here bringing inspiration to every nation, because we want to help you ignite and take flight and be unstoppable. Until we meet again, be blessed.
Have a good day.
And thank you.